Dhaka is one of the world's fastest growing megacities. Like a plant that spreads faster than its roots can anchor, the city has expanded beyond its capacity to manage. The milestone tragedy of 2025 exposed this reality. A fighter jet crashed into a school zone, taking young lives. The question is, how could we avoid tragedies like this in future? In response to this problem, we built Aeroscope, Dhaka edition. We are Team Planet, a group of future urban planners hailing from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Aeroscope Dhaka edition is a geospatial planning tool that can be used by anyone, from professional urban planners to a second grader curious about their city. Now let us see how the application works. First, we can go to the map dashboard and select any airbase to see its data. We can also select an airbase from the sidebar. Next, we can select any key areas to see their names and find the key areas in the 7-kilometer zone around the airbase. We can see the legend to understand what each symbol means. If we select a school, we can see the nearest fire station, the nearest airbase, and the nearest hospital. Next up, overlay layers. We can select overlay layers like satellite imagery, change its opacity as well. We can also see street highlights, water and natural spaces, like green spaces and water as well. And we can also see a dynamic world cover showing the land use patterns around Dhaka. There are several other data layers as well. For example, fire station layer, which we can see the names of fire stations and locations of fire stations near the air bases in 8.5 to 9 kilometers in radius area. We can see the schools in the 7-kilometer area around each of the air bases. We can see the hospitals and the nearest air base as well. We can see Uttara sectors, which is the nearest place near the HSIA air base. We can see the nearest school and the nearest hospital for each sector as well. We can see other key areas, for example, Cantonment, ACB Chapter, Oshundra, RA, etc. We can also select an airbase and ask our AI assistant to explain. For example, here we can see on the screen that the user has asked a question based on the prompt given earlier. In the analysis dashboard, we can see the data collected over the past year. For NO2 and nighttime lights, we used the recent 5 years. We can see the NO2 alerts over the years and summary statistics. We can also see the number of schools and number of hospitals in the airbase areas. We can also see how maximum temperature varied over time. And even for each key area, we can also find a key insight summary. If we want to compare two air bases, we can do so as well, as it can be seen on the screen over here. Then we can go to AI chatbot and ask what exactly do this data mean. There you go. Then we can go to the methodology page to understand where the data has been collected from and what do this data actually mean. So to recap, this web app can be scaled worldwide. It can be used for cities like Karachi, Lagos, Mexico City, Jakarta, etc. Aeroscope converts NASA sciences into strategies that protect people and aware people. For planners and policymakers and residents, it answers the most urgent question: where are people exposed and how do we act to prevent the next tragedy?